I know a lot of guys that are in the flipping space or spec home building are kind of getting burned right now just because things are changing in the market. But on average, we're going under contract to sell these in about 2 weeks. So they're moving extremely quickly for us. And on top of that, if we buy a piece of land a day, we're usually set up on the market within about 2 months and then close the sold out about a month or two after that. So we're able to churn these every 4 months and do it 3 times a year with the same amount of money.
Greetings, well builders. Welcome to Get Diversified, your go-to podcast for all things real estate investments.
I'm Jacqueline.
MELVIN LANDRY. We're thrilled to embark on this wealth building journey with you.
Imagine this. What if your investments not only secure your future, but also unlock a life of financial freedom? That's what we're diving into on this show. Apartment buildings, storage facilities, mobile home parks, the whole shebang.
But here's the kicker. It's not just about investing. It's about crafting a legacy, building memories with your loved ones, and seizing every moment. Time is the currency of life. And let's be real, none of us wants to waste.
We've got the insights, experience, and dash of excitement to spice up your investing game. Plus, we'll throw in some real life stories that'll make you see the potential in every brick and mortar.
Subscribe, buckle up, and get ready to turn your investments into the ticket to financial freedom. Together, we're not just building wealth, we're building the community of savvy investors. Let's get diversified.
And so that I'm just doing that and taking my cash over here and buying more things that are paid for or paying off things that I've already got.
Okay. So something you said that resonated with me, spec home builders facing challenges. You want to elaborate a little bit in terms of why are they facing challenges? What are some issues that you're foreseeing given what you've been through in the market? And I'm asking the question to kind of educate the listeners in terms of, look, mobile home parks is another real estate avenue, something folks maybe have interest in. So maybe a little more intel and insights in terms of behind the scenes where some of the pros and cons maybe. I think it'd be a good educational insight for the listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. So to start with the challenges that I've seen, I think it's multifaceted. One problem I think is as everyone knows, the buyer pool is drastically smaller than it was 4 or 5 years ago. There's just less buyers out there. But with that comes them being more picky because there's now more options. And what I've seen is there's a lot of flippers or spec builders that are getting stuck with houses for 6 months, a year. Actually, a couple of guys that are sitting on some flips for over a year. They've just been sitting on the market. And to me, that's really scary. It's like, man, especially when you're leveraged up on that, usually it's short-term debt. That's not something you want to get stuck holding the bag on. And I think it's kind of like the old game of musical chairs. And I think there's just the flippers are run out of chairs to sit in, if that makes sense, just because things kind of drying up a little bit. But what we've seen on the mobile home side is for some perspective, in our market, Greenville, South Carolina, the average or median sales price of a house, and don't fully quote me on this, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood of about $400,000. These brand new mobile homes, we're selling them for $220,000, $230,000. We're at 60% of the median sales price of a home, and that's why they sell them so quickly. It's because there's just nothing at our price point. And so for us, to answer your pros and cons question, a lot of the pros with this is, there isn't many other options at this price point. So they're selling extremely quickly. As I kind of alluded to earlier, they're extremely predictable. It's the same thing every single time. There's no real surprises in it. We're selling a brand new product, which is much more appealing to a home buyer than a used renovated house. On top of that, it's I guess predictable would be right the way to describe it. When we were flipping, we never made as much money as we thought we were going to make. It always took longer than we thought it was going to take, and it always cost more than we thought it was going to cost. Whereas this is pretty straightforward since we've done so many of them, and as I've said multiple times, it's the same thing every time. We know what we're getting into, and we know what to expect. And so that's what we absolutely love about this strategy. But what we don't like about it, or what's been difficult, is that at first when we started, there wasn't any education around it. We had to kind of go figure it out. There wasn't many people talking about it. I think there's kind of been some more awareness around it as of recently, but there wasn't an education program for it. Funding these deals is kind of difficult because a lot of banks don't like to do land deals. A lot of banks don't like to do mobile home deals, and we're putting the two together and asking them to fund it. So you can imagine the responses we get on that. Raising capital for it at first was difficult. And part of that was hard because, again, no one was talking about it. So we had to kind of educate lenders on what we're doing. And it was just a little bit of a challenge. And then we also struggled a lot with developing the land portion of it. We did a lot of mobile home stuff with our mobile home parks, but we never developed land. So we kind of had to fumble through the hoops you jump through with the county and everything that goes into that process. But I think that doing land home packages has been probably the best decision that we've ever made, as well as doing the mobile home parks. Melvin, I know before we started this, you mentioned how you got into the mobile home park game a little while ago. And they work out great when they work. And there's a lot of strategies that you can do with them. And in regards to mobile home parks, what I always loved about it was you have the land portion and then you have the house portion. So that gives you flexibility. One thing that we would do a lot of times is seller finance the houses in those parks, sell them on a 10-year term. And then you don't have to deal with a lot of the maintenance that comes with it. And then you'll keep that lot rent forever because you'll always have the dirt. Another thing that we would also do is you can sell those mobile homes for cash. So depending on how you finance it, if the bank's not holding the titles to those houses, oftentimes they won't because they only lend out the land portion. If we put 200 grand down, for example, we might go sell 6 or 7 of those mobile homes for 15, 20 grand cash and recoup most of our down payment. Now we got no money left in the deal and we're just cash flowing. So with it being separate, with the house and the land portion being 2 separate things, it gave a lot of flexibility where when you own an apartment complex, all you've got is that unit.
Yeah.
So there's not really any options there. So that's what I always loved about mobile home parks is I could sell houses, get my cash back. And when I was young, I didn't have much cash. That was a great thing. So then I could get cash back and go buy something else with the same money.
No, that makes sense. I mean, we are looking at trying to utilize mobile homes for existing land that we had, right? If we bought totally distressed property that was torn down, we have some instances that we have some lots and trying to figure out a way to monetize off of it. Say from and a mobile home may be an option. Ideally, when you think about North Carolina versus Pennsylvania, where I'm located, right? The zoning really matters, and it's a tight option. It's a tight lane where I'm at in our state. So again, every state differs and things of that nature. But that's fantastic that you have another avenue, affordability, which is a big word that's in the media and everything. I mean, it's prevalent everywhere in terms of affordability. Absolutely. It's an affordability crisis that we're in right now. So navigating those waters and giving a top line product, I think, is key, man. So fantastic. Great work.
Absolutely. And another thing, I don't know if you knew this, I'm not a CPA or attorney or anything like that, but the way that my accountant does it is you can depreciate the full value of those mobile homes in year 1 because they are considered personal property. And so when we buy mobile home parks, one thing that's really beneficial to do is on the HUD, you can separate what you're paying for personal property and what you're paying for real property or the land. So if we're buying a park for $1 million, maybe we'll allocate $700,000 of it to the mobile homes and $300,000 of it to the land. Again, I'm not an attorney or a CPA, so this is just what I do. Yeah. But oftentimes what that allows you to do is you can depreciate that full $700,000 that you allocated to the houses year 1. And then also it'll help keep your property tax bill lowered because the sales price that's recorded is $300,000. So your taxes will be based on that versus on the full $1 million. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with mobile home parks that you can't do otherwise.
Gotcha.
Tax-wise, at least.
Hey, we learn something new every day here in terms of, again, every situation is different. Please be sure to consult your tax advisor for more intel and delineation, as everyone's situation may be different. So Chris, man, hey, fantastic discussion, man. We appreciate it. Good to understand the insights of what you have going on in the mobile home park space. So if folks want to try to find you, to connect with you, how could they do so?
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook would probably be the best route to connect with me. Social media. First name's Chris. My last name's Gavre, G-A-V as in Victor, R-E. And I've got red hair. No one has my last name, and very few people have my hair color. So if you look that up, you'll find me. Feel free to send me a friend request or a message. We also partner, I don't know if you know who Brent Bowers is, but we partner with him to kind of teach what we're doing with land home packages. If that's something people are interested in, they can go to thelandsharks.com. Make sure to put the word "the" in front of it, or you'll end up on that beer site. That's Land Sharks beer. Anyways, thelandsharks.com. You can schedule a call with Brent if you guys are interested in hear more about that.
Good. Well, hey, Chris, hey, man, look, good intel, kind of getting to know you, good to understand kind of where you started to where you've been, where your aha moment came at for you, and how you've pivoted, you've adjusted your strategy, and you are kind of rolling at lightning speed. So that is good to hear. It's good to hear you're passionate about affordability and providing a premium product for folks out there in the marketplace. So, I mean, look, it's been a joy chatting with you. And on behalf of myself and my wife, Jacqueline, man, thanks for joining us on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Melvin. Appreciate the opportunity, man.
Sure.
Jacqueline and Melvin, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to this episode of Get Diversified. Please make sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on future episodes. Finally, stop by our website and follow us on social media. Ciao for now. Make it a great day, and we'll see you next time. And remember, get diversified.